how you doing?
Nice
Nice
to
to
see
see
you
you
guys.
guys.
Nice to see you. Thanks so much for having us.
Thank you so much
Absolutely.
for having us.
Great, come on in.
Fun. Great,
Thanks.
thank you.
So I know you grew up in Queens,
Yes.
and now moved out there. So tell me a little bit about your childhood in Queens and what brought you out to the island here.
Growing up in the city was great. It made me very street smart. Helped out with my careers, I would say, in life. And once we had kids, we found it'd be better to move out to Long Island. For the homes were a little more affordable, and the schools we felt it was better for the schools.
I think a lot of people, once kids come into the equation, they kind of push out to the suburbs a little bit. Now, interesting, I know that you retired police officer, firefighter, and served in the Navy.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about that. What was your calling to bring you to just serve and protect?
I was blessed. My grandfather was in World War II. My father was in Vietnam, the Vietnam era, and it's just something that I felt very strongly about. And then after that, the police department was great as well. I always loved helping people. And the fire department was just the icing on the cake, I would say. The fire department is the epitome of all civil service and jobs where, you're there for one another. You help people all the time, no matter what you do.
Yeah.
People love firemen.
Yeah, and you're right. I mean, there's just a presence when the firemen come and they put on the hat, the suit and everything, and it's just like a real life superhero has just emerged.
Well, we don't think we're superheroes, but we're just doing our job. My jobs that I've done over my career, but I'm glad everything that I did do, I would say, is, I wouldn't change my life over again for nothing.
Absolutely. Were you serving during the 9/11 attacks?
9/11, I had gotten off that morning, but it was, the shift ends at 9 and the incident happened at 9:45.
Yeah.
So I wound up not going home, we wound up staying. I had worked the night before on the 10th.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like there was no real shifts at that point. It was just all hands on deck.
Everybody worked. It was like a month and a half straight that I was down. I was actually down there. It was the saddest thing walking down the street. You used to seeing a 103-story building being there. It was gone.
Yeah.
So it was horrible. We lost a lot of good people at that.
We all owe a debt of gratitude to you and everyone above.
Thank you so much.
Well, I know you're not a real novice when it comes to home buying and home financing, that you've kind of done this a few times.
Yes.
You hooked up with one of the all-stars on our staff, Peter.
Yes.
And I know he's very thorough, very meticulous.
Yes. It really was easy, and it wasn't as stressful as it was with other properties that I had purchased. I just want to be able to buy a house and move in. That's the way, just nice and easy.
Absolutely.
Like that. And I felt that that's the way that it was. I was very pleased. And that wasn't the first loan that I had with Fellowship. Of course, I've had 3 loans since my first property. And each time, Peter has more than been there for me and my family, and I appreciate it. And with that in mind, I had my daughter, Rachel. She had also financed through you guys.
Us, yeah. Rachel's actually here today and talking with Brian, so we'll hear it from her words too.
Your dad, he's a true hero.
Even on duty, off duty, he's always been the guy to lend the hand. He's always looking to help other people.
Safe to say that he kind of maybe had an influence on you becoming the nurse that you are.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Right now, or the past few months, being in New York in the emergency department during COVID, tell me a little bit about that.
New York as a whole, we got hit pretty hard. Being in the emergency room, you're kind of always at the front line. You're always that first person to come in contact with that patient. So it was rough, but we got through it.
Definitely. So let's go back a couple of years. You're 24 years old, you're starting your new career, and you say, I want to buy my own home. And just like that, it happened, right?
No, not at all. Being 24 years old, only having 1 year of nursing experience, financially, most places aren't going to say, hey, here you go. But the companies were asking me for 2 years of any type of employment. And how can I do that when I was just in school for 4 years? So the thing that really stood out to me with Fellowship Home Loans and Peter specifically, he really went out of his way and kind of got creative and was able to actually, use my degree and my diploma to help with the process.
Yeah, sometimes it's just more logical and common sense thinking that can solve a problem as opposed to reinventing the wheel.
Right, yeah.
Well, I'm glad your dad had that experience with us and pointed in the right direction.
Me too.
I actually think I see your mom and dad with your new siblings downstairs.
Oh, yeah, they're adorable.
Let's go check it out.
Okay.
Wow, this one had it all. Purchases, refinances. I mean, people that really serve others, we're happy to help them.
Absolutely, a very impressive family. And for any of you out there, if you could benefit from a new home purchase or a home refinance, give Fellowship Home Loans a call at 800-804-SAVE. That's 800-804-7283 or online at fellowshiphomeloans.com.